What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the video. So last week I made a video discussing when I think we will get the next ReMIND trailer and potentially even when we will get its release date. I will leave a link to that video in the description if you'd like to go back and check that out for yourself. But the reason I mention it is because while I was making that video, I came up with the idea of making this video, which is a video where I'll be listing 5 things that I think we can expect in the next ReMIND trailer. Please note that I personally believe that this will be the last ReMIND trailer, so I know that perhaps I might be asking a bit much with certain things, but we all know Square Enix loves going over the top with their final trailers close to release. Am I right? Final battle trailer? Remember that? Okay, Stitch in action, let's— Riku! Riku! Oh my god! What the fuck is this? What is going on? Child! No, come here! I know you don't. Oh my god. Sora! Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Anyways, let me know down in the comments 5 things that you're expecting to be showing off in the trailer. I'm looking forward to seeing what you all have to say, so please don't forget to do that. Also, remember that this video is going to be just my opinion, and the things that I mentioned in this video might not even make it into the trailer, or might not even make it into the DLC at all. So keep that in mind, and with all that out of the way, let's get right into the video. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to things that I expect in the next ReMIND trailer is, of course, young Master Xehanort and the Master of Masters continuing their conversation. This is really the only thing that we have seen in both trailers that I personally believe will not just be seen in the final trailer for the DLC, but will be a very large focus on its content overall. With everything that we are learning from Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and the Master of Masters past, the reason for him essentially grooming young Master Xehanort to who he is and what he ends up doing is starting to make a lot more sense. Of course, there is no real reason nor anything to really dive into, but all we know is that the Master of Masters is a lot older and more complex than we think. He has a much larger backstory than we originally thought, so this makes him one of the most interesting characters that I can even think of when it comes to the Kingdom Hearts series. I think that we might hear him mention his past or possibly hint at something with his past when he's talking to young Master Xehanort in the trailer, thus carrying this conversation between the two of them even further. Number 2, Explorable Scala or a more expanded Scala. This is something that was hinted at in the last trailer, with the inclusion of data battles. Now, they aren't exactly data battles, but they look like stronger iterations of the versions of the fighters that we fought in the Keyblade Graveyard before we entered Scala. So I'm just assuming that they are something along the lines of data battles. I feel as though it's obvious that these fights take place in Scala, given the fact that on the floor and on the walls, we have a lot of things that we see within Scala in these scenes. And I feel as though that these fights are being added to the game, hopefully so that we get the opportunity to explore the world more rather than walk up a little walkway and then have it turn into a giant host for the final battle. I want to be able to fly around. I want to be able to explore. Adding an explorable Scala with these fights would allow me to do so, and I would absolutely love that. So hopefully we do get to see that in the next trailer. Number 3, some sort of Demyx appearance. Now, we know that in the cutscene with Larxene, Luxord, Marluxia, and Demyx talking to Xemnas in the Keyblade Graveyard, that they are a part of the ancient Keyblade legacy. We know that Marluxia, as Lauriam, was a Union leader, and that Larxene, as Elrena, both existed back in the time of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. We also know that Luxord seems to have been onto Xigbar or Luxu this entire time, but Xigbar or Luxu doesn't quite know what he has been up to or what Luxord's true intentions are. It is apparent that we might actually learn more about what Luxord's role is back then, but we've already seen hints to that. We already know that Luxord's probably going to be getting some light in the DLC. Demyx, on the other hand, we haven't even seen yet in any of the trailers, nor has he been brought up in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I mean, we haven't even really seen him since after in Kingdom Hearts 3, he brought the replica to Ansem and Ienzo to help revive Naminé. So what has he been up to? Again, we know that he's tied to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross just like everyone else. He was there during that conversation with Xemnas. But we haven't gotten a single hint as to how he is connected. So hopefully they tease a little bit of that in the next trailer. I'd love to see that. So number 4, Yozora and Sora interacting. Look, I feel like Yozora is going to play a pivotal point in Sora's revival after the events of Kingdom Hearts 3. He is, in my opinion, one of the largest mysteries next to the Master of Masters in the Kingdom Hearts series right now. He started as a video game character in Toy Box, and now he's interacting with Sora, Riku, or the Master of Masters, and another version of Shibuya? Come on. At least tease some sort of Yozora sequence in the next trailer. This is probably going to be the most spoilery type of thing that I'd expect in the trailer, But as I mentioned earlier, if this is truly the last trailer for ReMind, which I think it will be, then they will drop something really spoilery like Yozora or interacting with, you know, the whole anything really to do with the secret ending. I don't know. We'll see. But I would love to see something that possibly hints at Yozora making an appearance in the ReMind DLC. So 5, last but not least, sorry to end it on a well no duh moment, but I feel like this is the safest one. I feel like the release date and the price are going to be shown off in the next trailer. I feel like every time I talk about ReMind in a video, on stream, or just in general with people in casual conversation, I feel like it's so strange that the window of release is so close. I mean, technically winter is next month, and yeah, we still don't know the cost or when it's coming out. I feel like we'll definitely get the release date along with the price at the end of the next trailer. And if I had to guess how much it would go for or when it would come out, I'd like to personally say that I think it will be no more than $24.99 USD. It could be more, but they'd have to show off something crazy or really give us a better idea of how much this DLC is going to be, because I can't see this DLC really taking up more than a few hours, so paying more than $25 or so for that is a little steep, but who knows, it even could be cheaper. That's just, you know, the most I would expect to pay for it would be $24.99 USD. And the release date, I think it would probably have to come out around the anniversary of the base game's release. I think I said this in my last video. The end of January or the beginning of February is where I'd put my money on it. I've mentioned this before, but I will repeat myself anyways. Nomura doesn't want the ReMind DLC to release too close to Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is set for March. Late January or early February does sort of give a healthy amount of space between the DLC and Final Fantasy VII Remake's release. So that's where I would place ReMind to drop. Alright guys, so that is the end of the video. Those are the 5 things that I think we can expect to see in the next ReMind trailer. I know that a couple of them are reaching, but I think that if it's the final trailer for the DLC, they're going to throw some bombshells in there. Regardless, I'm excited for not only the next trailer, but the DLC as a whole. Please let me know what you think of my predictions for the next trailer, and if your ideas are different, let me know what 5 things are that you expect to see in the next trailer down in the comments. Don't forget to do that, like the video, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more Kingdom Hearts content. Thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, I will catch you all later. Bye bye.